I will teach you some tricks on how to easily memorize the values of the 6 trigonometric ratios under special right triangle. Consider that this is 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. And our focus here is the 30, 45, and 60 degrees. The right side of your hand is the sine, and on the left side is the cosine. You are facing your hands now, so this is the formula. The square root of number of fingers, divide it by 2. For example, we're looking for sine 30 degrees. Since this is on the right side, from the position of sine 30 degrees, you can cover this one. So you have only one finger left on the right side. So using formula, square root of number of fingers on the right is 1, because that's the position of sine, divide it to the constant 2. So the result here is square root of 1 over 2, the square root of 1 is 1 over 2. So that is now the value of sine 30 degrees. For the cosine 30 degrees, from the position of 30 degrees, count a number of fingers to left. 1, 2, 3. So this is square root of 3 over 2. So this is now already in simplified form. As we continue this one, number of fingers, the position of number of fingers divided by 2 for you to get the value of the 6 trigonometric ratios. As we continue this one, we will get now the sine 45 degrees and cosine 45 degrees, cosine 60 degrees, and sine 60 degrees. So we will use the same formula. For the sine 45 degrees, this is the reference angle, and we're looking for sine. 2 fingers on the right divided by 2. This is now the sine 45 degrees. For the cosine 45 degrees, on the reference angle of 45 degrees, to the left for the cos, 2 fingers, square root of the number of fingers over 2. This is also the value of cos 45. For the sine 60 degrees, the number of fingers on the right from the reference finger is 1, 2, 3. So square root of 3 over constant 2. So this is now the value for cosine 60 degrees. And for the cos 60 degrees, from the reference angle 60 degrees to the left, there is only 1. Square root of number of fingers, which is 1, over 2, or this is 1 half. So these are the values of sine, cosine 45, and sine and cosine 60 degrees using the hands. These hand tricks is only applicable for you to get the sine, cosine easily. But for you to find the tan, cosecant, secant, and cotangent, we will be using some formula. For example, you're looking for tan. Tan is equal to sine over cos. Meaning to say, whatever the value of our sine divided to the value of cos. That is now the value of tan. For the cosecant, this is the inverse of sine, which is 1 over sine. For the secant, inverse of cosine, 1 over cos. And for the cotangent, that is inverse of tangent, and that is cos over sine. So these are the additional formula that you can use for you to identify the values of tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, cotangent theta, because we already know the value of sine and cosine using the hand tricks. As we get the value of tan, we will be using the values of sine and cosine. So take note, the sine 30 degrees here is 1/2, and cosine 30 degrees is square root of 3 over 2. To get tan 30 degrees, we need to use sine over cos. And sine here is 1/2, and cosine here is square root of 3 over 2. Then we will get the reciprocate now of, or reciprocal of square root of 3 and 2. This will become 1/2 times 2 over square root of 3. We can simply remove that 2 and another 2, because at the end, the result is the same. So 1 times 1 now, 1 over square root of 3, because 1 times 1 is 1, and this will become 1 times 3, square root of 3 is square root of 3. Rationalize the denominator, square root of 3 over square root of 3. So the answer will be square root of 3 over 3. This is now the value of tan 30 degrees. For the cosecant 30 degrees, we will be using 1 over sine. And that is 1 over 1/2. So the next will be, we will get the reciprocal of 1/2. 1 times 2 over 1, so the result is 2. Cosecant 30 is 2. For the secant 30, that is opposite of 1 over cos. And this is now 1 over square root of 3 over 2. Or it is simply 1 times, get the reciprocal of square root of 3 over 2. That is 2 over square root of 3. And the result is 2 over square root of 3. Rationalize it. Multiply both sides by square root of 3 and square root of 3. I mean the numerator and denominator. So the answer is 2 square root of 3 over 3. So this is now the value of secant 30, and that's the value of cosecant 30. For the cot 30 degrees, it is cos over sine. Cos is equal to square root of 3 over 2, and sine is 1/2. Get the reciprocal of 1/2, right? Square root of 3 over 2 times 2 over 1. So the result here is square root of 3 times 2 is 2 square root of 3 over 2. And we can still simplify 2 and 2. That will become 1, so the answer now is 3.